Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into something I think every single teacher has seen, the student who just can't get started. We're going to break down why it happens and, more importantly, what we can do to help.
Oh, you know this scene. You've given the instructions, the classroom is buzzing, but one student is just frozen, staring at that blank page. It's this moment of paralysis that's honestly frustrating for you and for them. But what is really going on behind that stare?
Well, the skill we're really talking about here is called task initiation, and it's a huge part of executive function. It's not just about starting, it's about being able to begin something with focus, with confidence, and without that heavy drag of procrastination pulling them back. Okay, let's start by digging into why this one skill, just the simple act of getting started, has such a massive ripple effect on a student's entire life in school.
See, this is where we really have to shift our thinking. When a student can't get started, it's not a small hiccup. It's how really capable kids start to fall behind. And even worse, we often mislabel this struggle as laziness or work avoidance, when it's really a skill they haven't developed yet. Getting this right builds the independence they absolutely need for any long-term success.
So, if it's not just a kid choosing to be lazy, what's really going on? What are the barriers that are actually stopping them from taking that first step? Let's unpack that. I mean, just look at this list. A big assignment can feel like trying to climb a mountain. If the directions aren't crystal clear, they get lost before they even start. And that fear of getting it wrong, that can be completely paralyzing. The key here is to see these not as character flaws, but as actual, solvable problems. And this brings us to what I think is the core idea today, activation energy. I love this concept. Think of it like a science experiment, right? Some reactions just need a little spark to get going. Our job, as teachers, is to be that spark, to lower the amount of mental energy a student needs to just begin. All right, so let's get practical. How do we do it? How do we actually lower that activation energy? Let's open up the teacher's toolkit and find some strategies that help every single student launch into their learning. Just look at the power of this tiny shift. On the left, you've got Get Started on your history worksheet. For a kid who's overwhelmed, that might as well be Climb Mount Everest. But look at the right. Write your name and answer question 1. See? It's a tiny, achievable, concrete first step that breaks that inertia right away. So this whole process really builds on 3 key ideas. Number 1, break it down. Take those big, scary assignments and turn them into small, manageable bites. Number 2, use visuals. Give them a roadmap, like a checklist, so they can actually see their progress. And number 3, and this is huge, create routines. Things like a predictable do-now activity can turn starting into an automatic habit, not a daily battle. And of course, motivation is part of the puzzle. A simple timer can create a little gentle urgency. Giving students a choice, even a small one, like which problem to start with, gives them a sense of control. But you know what's maybe the most powerful? Praising the act of starting. That reinforces the exact behavior you want to see again and again. So we have all these tools, but what does this actually look like in a busy classroom? How do we really weave these strategies into our daily lives? I love this idea of creating launchpads. These are consistent, predictable things that get students moving. A launchpad routine, like having a start here step on the board every single day, takes away all the guesswork. Starter sentences, they completely eliminate that fear of the blank page. And low-risk starts, like just jotting down a few ideas, are perfect for anxious students to warm up their brains. Now, if you're wondering where to focus your energy, this chart is so revealing. A huge 40% of our support should just be on structuring the start. Add the 30% for providing clarity, and you're at 70%. 70% of the battle is won right there at the very beginning before they've even written a full sentence. And here's something you could literally do tomorrow, a simple Start Smart poster. It's a visual anchor chart that basically gives students a script to follow. It offloads that mental work of, okay, what do I do now? And that empowers them to start managing this process on their own. So as we wrap this up, let's circle all the way back to that central idea. Our job isn't just to teach the content, it's to be the catalyst that gets the learning going in the first place. And that's really the big takeaway here. If we can solve the starting problem, we unlock so much potential.
By giving them structure, clarity, and a little bit of motivation, we help our students get over that first hurdle, which is often the highest one they'll face all day.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Whether it's a simple start here sign, a new routine, or just changing how you phrase directions, what's one launch pad you can create for your students tomorrow to help them take off with confidence?